What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Engadget Podcast live stream. I'm Senior Editor Devendra Hardwar. Today, I'm joined by Deputy Editor Sherlyn Lowe. Hello, Sherlyn.
Hello.
And
oh my gosh, Mark Dallas
Hello. Oh my God, our favorite audience member. Hello, Mark. Hello, everybody. Ben Elman, our podcast producer, is here as well. We are just getting started.
I resent the fact that this entire episode isn't about the Cyberpunk cat game.
It's true. I mean, it's a good game. It's a short game, so there's more news happening
too. It's like
priced
$30, right?
Mm-hmm. It's $30. You'll probably play it again and again. I will be talking about my experience with Stray, the cat game. Hello, everybody joining us. Jonathan Tran, Gabriel, Retro Red,
Buddy 305 Love, Dhruv Karmokar, whoever Ben Elman and Devendra Hardwar are. CJ by Steps, hello from Spain community. And Mark Dell, like we said, is here. Faceted Mango. Sazit says hello from London, UK, where we believe you are currently melting.
Yeah, good. Good luck to y'all in London and Spain, you folks. I hope you're staying safe. We're gonna shout out to you guys in the show too.
Yeah.
Hello.
A lot of good questions about Netflix also, where people are like, I'm still going to find ways to watch their shows. So
even if you the real question is, I wonder how people are going to try to share accounts moving forward. I'm sure people will find a way. Piracy finds a way. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
Too much light in Ben's room.
It's very bright, but Ben has no curtains once again.
Ben has no curtains once again. Moved, but still has no curtains.
Ryan Heddens is
with
here.
The brightness values on my camera, but that would
you're good.
I'm not going to do that.
I'll send you a tension rod and a curtain, Ben.
Oh, Abdul says, "What's up? Please pray for my country, Sri Lanka."
Oh man!
Wow.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends from Sri Lanka. Good luck, Abdul.
My country is harboring a fugitive from that country.
Oh, great! The president.
Yeah, fled to Singapore. I was like, all right, well, you're getting out of there. We're not going to keep you forever, obviously.
It's a crazy story, folks. We will not be diving into that, but yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah, and whatever solution there is, I hope that it benefits the many rather than the few.
Hi to Jaime Avalos, I think. Yeah.
Hello.
Gabriel
so we'll be diving into a whole bunch of stuff. What's up?
We miss emo Ben a bit.
It's true.
When the light was coming in directly on my face.
When it was dark in your surroundings.
It was dark, yeah.
And it was dark in my It was just. I like this better.
It's good. Actually, you're on the new Mac, and you can probably play around with some of the. The camera is still 720p. I forget what it is on the Pro 16 and 14.
Oh, you know what?
You may have some stage manager lighting controls. Check the top menu there, the shortcut menu.
Might be 1080 actually.
It may be
My
may be
AC
1080.
just kicked on, by the way. If y'all
don't hear it at all.
No,
keep your AC.
Awesome.
We're trying to tell Sherlyn to keep her AC on. We're not hearing it. Okay, folks.
Yeah,
we've got Netflix news, mainly because Netflix is in a weird place right now, so we're gonna dive into that. We've got a whole bunch of news this week. And
also, go listen to the audio version of this.
Yeah, there's gonna be something more. Yeah,
we've got bonus content
Make sure you're subscribed for when the audio version drops later tonight. You will see in the title why we can't talk about it now.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm not using a Creative Labs webcam. This is just straight Logitech to the internet.
It's Logitech. Oh yeah. You have the Logitech. So,
and sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, before we start anything, I want to thank Sazit for saying that we're your favorite YouTubers with great content. You love. Hi, thanks. That's a huge honor. There's a lot of YouTubers, so to be your favorite, is amazing.
We're on YouTube. I am not a YouTuber.
Well,
although maybe one day
Engadget as a whole,
we're on YouTube. It's a whole different thing. We're not the YouTube lifestyle, but maybe we should be more and more. We're also on TikTok.
I would have to dye my hair a stupid color, though.
I mean, you're young enough, Ben. You can make it happen.
Sorry, you were saying, What were you saying, Devendra?
I forget.
I feel like you said something. I forgot to. I was like, wait, something.
No, Ben was on your Logitech software. Does give you a lot of tweaks for that stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that because it would annoy Julio. Julio likes his picture locked in before we start the stream. So anyway, yes, we're going to be starting with a little bit slower news with more discussion. Then we've got faster news. We're going to be talking about Stray. We're going to be talking
much
about
stuff.
why Nikon and Canon have given up on DSLRs, which is something I'm particularly interested in. Remember how there used to be that whole like point and shoot market? And then
I
it was
love
totally
that. I
eaten
love that
around
market.
like 2010 because
This has
the point
nothing
and
to do
shoot
with the
became
point
your
and shoot
phone.
market. Yeah, it became your phone. That market still exists. People still have those little things, especially Japan loves the little point and shoots. Ben, just say FYI, Hangouts has an adjust lighting setting for bright background, so
Oh, really?
maybe that would help you out. And you're not going to be on stream very much.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I think we are good to go. As always, just a reminder, folks, be sure to listen to the audio version, subscribe to the channel, or subscribe to us on your podcatchers, because we will have a whole other section that is not on this video stream that we can't talk about yet. Cool.
Okay, so I'm going to count down from 3.
Let's clap, everybody.
3, we're all going to make a sound. Chat, if you want to clap, that's always appreciated. It tells us that you believe in us. So, counting down from 3, 2, 1. And some silence to let you know when it's over. Silence over. Sherlyn, you can breathe again.
Sherlyn can't be silent. Like, it is. Ugh.
I do hold my breath when there's supposed to be silence, and that time I just forgot that I was holding my breath. So, good reminder to breathe.
Do not. We all need to put that sign above our desks. Don't forget to breathe.
Yes.
Take a deep breath.
All right.
Okay. I'm good to go. Are you guys good?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. What's up, Internet, and welcome back to the Engadget Podcast. I'm Senior Editor Devindra Hardawar.
I am Deputy Editor Sherlyn Lowe.
This week, we'll be diving into the latest news from Netflix. They announced their earnings, but also that comes at a very peculiar point in their business. They announced that they lost 1 million subscribers, but somehow that's actually a good thing for Netflix. So we'll be diving into all of that. Also, as always, folks, if you're enjoying the Engadget Podcast, please be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcatcher of choice. Leave us a review on iTunes and drop us an email at podcast@engadget.com. We also do a live stream Thursdays around 10 a.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel. So come join us, join the chat. We've got a good crew here. Sometimes we show off devices and we do some Q&A. So it's a fun time. Come join us. Okay. And before we begin, I just want to shout out to everybody in the UK and Europe, especially Spain and around that area, who are experiencing this crazy heat wave right now. I've been watching the news. I know these countries are not built at all for this heat. So it's particularly rough. I'm not going to do the US thing where I'm like, just get AC. Not everybody has AC. They haven't needed AC for, decades, hundreds of years. So the fact that all of this is changing so fast, is a sign. But also, we have seen heat waves all across the world this year already, like in America, in South America, in Australia, especially in India and the South Asia in general.
Singapore too, yeah.
Singapore too. So we're actually gearing up for another one that's going to go across the U.S. soon. So this is a big problem, and we'll be diving into the specifics behind this and what's happening. What is the driving force behind this? We know it's climate change, but we do want to do an episode around this, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll get a good guest to dive into all that stuff. Okay, let's just move on to Netflix. I'm going to leave room for the other segment here, basically. Let's move on to what's up with Netflix. And Sherlyn, I got to ask you something. If a company says, we lost 1 million subscribers, hooray! Does that make sense to you?
Little to no sense, but I'll be like, it's a flex. All right.
It's
cool.
you do you, Netflix.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. If you all will remember, back in the first quarter, in April, end of the first quarter, Netflix announced that they lost 200,000 subscribers, and that was the first ever loss for Netflix. Normally, they're a company like all tech companies we expect to grow forever and ever. But in April, everybody started freaking out because Netflix reported their first loss ever, and they also said, "Hey guys, by next quarter, it could be 2 million. We could lose 2 million people." So their stock tanked. A lot of there's just a lot of hubbub around Hollywood about what Netflix is doing right now. Their stock fell 70% since last fall. So
Right,
they are
right.
in a rough place. So this week we got their earnings report for the second quarter, and they announced almost 1 million subscribers lost, and everybody is cheering because it's kind of a good thing. It's not as much as they were expecting. Wall Street is happier, the company is happier, but it is kind of a sign of like how precarious Netflix is right now. Like they're just in a weird place, and I'm just gonna lay down like some of what's going on right now too. Like a lot of people are talking about like let me do this again. This just kind of shows like what a precarious place Netflix is in. They're talking about, launching an ad-supported tier eventually. They're talking about cracking down on account sharing in Latin America. In general, that's something that could trickle out to everywhere. So no more password sharing, no more sharing Netflix with your entire family. It does seem like Netflix is really cracking down, and they want to make money, because for a lot of these companies, growth was more important than making money. Sherlyn, like, what do you think? What is happening here with Netflix? Do you have any thoughts about them as a company? Yeah.
I mean, after hearing what you just said, I'm like, wait, it's a good thing that they lost 900 something thousand subscribers as opposed to the 2 million they predicted, or is the loss itself the good thing? Okay, so the fact that it's less than they expected is the good thing, but the loss itself in general isn't actually a good thing for Netflix, right? The fact that they're bleeding subscribers.
I mean, I think it's more, Netflix is the biggest streaming company by far, so it's like everyone is saying, and a lot of analysts are saying that they may have just plateaued, right? They've been growing. They've gotten as many people as they can. This is inevitable. I don't know if this is necessarily a bad thing, but it is funny to see like everybody freak out about this. I don't think this means the end of Netflix, but I do think it may end up being the end of Netflix as we know it, right? So what have we seen over the past decade? Netflix just throwing money at everybody, right? Even for smaller projects like something like Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. That movie cost $100 million, but it was ultimately like a small little crime film from him. Now, like that strategy may shift, fewer TV shows, things like that. Are you at all worried? Like, where is Netflix in your pantheon of streaming services at this point?
I mean, I think part of the issue is also that like Netflix just has so much more competition now as opposed to before. And you're right, like the joke that I think was it Bill Burr or someone that I was like watching their stand-up of, where they describe Netflix as like man, I forget the actual analogy, but they're like, you have to sift through so much crap before you find the good stuff, right? And that is exactly what's happening. Like, yes, Netflix is spending a lot of money on a lot of content, but not all of it is good. Where Netflix sits in my so-called pantheon is, it's one of my top 3, I want to say. I feel like I do Netflix, and then depending on my mood, it's either like HBO Max or Hulu or Disney Plus. And then I love Apple TV Plus. Don't get me wrong; they got really good content, but they don't have as much. They're not like my go-to. It's like sometimes I go to like Prime Video because I'm like, what? I'm at the bottom of the barrel here. Let's look at Prime Video. Let's see what Amazon's got.
There's good stuff. Like I think you're right, Sherlyn. Like there's just so much competition, and they're all trying to outspend each other too. Like Apple is just like Apple has all the money in the world, so they're more selective about it, but they are ready to like throw down when they need to for big acquisitions or big talent or something. I just saw the news about Kurt Russell. Freaking Kurt Russell is going to be in the next like Godzilla TV show on Apple TV. Like that is just a flex.
And Wyatt Russell,
and Kurt Russell alongside his son, like super flex. It's something I know a lot of like film nerds right now. I really like Wyatt Russell. I think he's a really good personality, and he kind of embodies both, kind of the both elements of his mom and his dad. So, just kind of fun to see that pairing there. But there's just so much to see. I think about it when like I just don't hit Netflix that much. Like occasionally my daughter will want to see Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra or something. But in terms of like new stuff and new shows, like I am more on HBO Max quite a bit. I am on Amazon Prime a lot. I'm certainly on Apple TV Plus. And another thing I just started diving into is AMC Plus, which is their streaming service, and a thing that annoys me too. There's just so many options out there. Do you think an ad-supported tier is going to be a helpful thing, or is that kind of a step backwards for Netflix?
I honestly don't know. Because I don't know the market of people who are out there. Like, then this is my privilege to say that like I don't share an account with anyone. I don't like
Well, I think that
use
just
this
says a
one
lot
else,
about your
right? Like,
personality, Sherlyn. So
it
I
also
get
says,
it.
yeah, I'm very like control freaky, right? Like I just ugh, no one on my account. But the fact that that's my perspective tells me that like I'm not the sort of person that would go considering like an ad supported Netflix tier. But I bet there's people out there who would like access and wouldn't mind some of the ads. I just think it would depend on how Netflix priced it, right? Like how cheap is it going to be? I think anything more than $5 a month for an ad-supported tier would be too much. That's my thinking.
Yeah. I went. What if I feel like the blowout news would be Netflix is just like, hey, free. These shows are free, like
That
water
would be
with ads.
honestly. Do you
And that's
think
what I think it's a possibility, right? Because Roku is doing that, and I've talked with Roku quite a bit. They have this thing called the Roku channel where there's a ton of TV shows, a ton of movies, and every 15-20 minutes you have to watch an ad. It's like a short ad, like how YouTube used to be. It's super popular. A ton of people do it because people just want to like put on something and like have it on in the background. They're not actively renting. They're not actively like binging a show or something. So it kind of makes sense to me.
I agree with you in the sense that like I also watch some IMDb TV sometimes through Prime Video. And
it's just now called Freevee TV.
Oh man. Okay. I just I mostly go to it for content that's not available elsewhere, and I'm like, all right, I'll suffer through the ads to watch it. But I also see that definitely like Hulu used to be free with ads, and I used to like Hulu free with ads, and then started paying for it and just never
was it
back,
free? I forget if it was purely free.
It used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to
I remember
be
it was like really cheap with ads back then. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, do not be surprised, folks, if Netflix ends up just saying, hey, it's free. We saw some news saying that maybe not all of their shows would be on the free ad-supported tier. I'm thinking maybe it's just Netflix branded content too. Like maybe it's just their stuff and not the things they license from other people. They certainly have enough content to support that.
Yeah. They do. I want to point out that in our chat on the YouTube live stream, Mark Dell, one of our regular commenters, contributors, said Squid Game happened somewhere between 5 years and 5 weeks ago. I'm not able to judge time anymore. Good point. But also, didn't Netflix have like a huge boom during the pandemic, or am I imagining that?
I mean, Netflix and all the streamers did too.
Everyone else, right?
Yeah, you're right. That is a good point, Mark Dell. Like Squid Game was what, last year? How quickly things change, right? Like time means nothing. It's more like, hey, everyone can celebrate all these things and all these shows, but you lose a couple 100,000 subscribers, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, your business is burning, everything's on fire. So there's a fickleness to Hollywood and to the tech world as well. And I think that
we're still riding the high of Stranger Things season 4. I mean, like people are still really hyped for Netflix content. No.
People are hyped. I'm not one of those people. I'm
fine.
I don't care about Stranger Things, but it is one of those shows because it is such in the zeitgeist that I will probably just put it on in the background at some point and just like see what's happening. There is that. The other thing is we learned the plans of how they're going to be cracking down on content sharing in Latin America. Several countries there, they're going to be making people to start paying per household or per home. So they're going to do more to like basically detect like where you're watching stuff on TV. You'll always be able to watch Netflix stuff across like tablets and computers, I believe, and phones anywhere. But when you're logging into a TV account, they're going to be more specific about like, how you're using it. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work out. I think just ads and maybe a free tier would be a huge thing. They also announced that Microsoft is partnering with Netflix for that ad supported tier because Microsoft has a lot of good like ad serving technology and experience, at least. So that's a thing. That also sparked a rumor, by the way, that a lot of people are just like, Microsoft is just like circling Netflix right now, right? Like when your stock tanks by 70%, and Microsoft is a company that just also has a ton of money in the bank and can just like buy things outright. They're spending how many billions on like Ubisoft and everything and Activision. There is just so much. Microsoft, could you envision a world where Microsoft just said, hey, Netflix, just come over here, we'll buy you? Could you see that happening?
They did try to buy TikTok. I mean, Microsoft is all like eyeing the youngs or something. It's smelling the blood in the water. It's like, all right, we could do something with this. I could see it. But I don't know what that would mean. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
maybe Microsoft is looking over at Apple TV. Apple's doing well with Apple TV Plus.
Right.
Google has YouTube and Google TV.
Yeah, but
Microsoft is
YouTube
like,
originals are nothing. Like YouTube is
no.
so bad at like actually building a service people
Yeah.
want to watch.
Google actually
Yeah.
is bad at content. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
have good content right now. Amazon
Yeah.
at least is doing some good stuff with Prime
Mhm.
Video. So I mean, I think if you think about manga, like,
Mm-hmm.
right, you've got
Mhm.
Microsoft feeling a little left out, maybe, right? Does Meta
Yeah,
have its
that's
own
true.
content library? No, it's all
No, I
VR
mean
right now, right?
yeah. I mean,
I gotta
there's a
break
lot
in
of
for a
VR stuff.
second and say
Mhm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Meta did have its own content library.
Yes, there was something, right?
It had Limetown. They had like the adaptation of that podcast.
Right.
But
I
that's not gonna be on
remember.
the, that's not currently on the podcast. So if you want to talk about that, you have to take a step
Nah.
back.
That's okay. That's okay. We have to do Lime Time. I'm gonna take it. Are you gonna include your bit, Ben, or should I just take it from where Cher was talking?
You just take
Yeah.
it from where Cher is talking.
Okay. Let me do that. I think it is interesting that Microsoft is sometimes just willing to like throw down when they need to, right? They saw Minecraft was being a huge deal, and they're like, okay, we got a bill for you. You know, we got money to buy Minecraft, and that is still growing strong. They bought GitHub, they bought LinkedIn. You know, the Bethesda deal we talked about, Activision is going to be enormous. Like that is just enormous. So at this point, I don't think Microsoft is afraid of like buying things to basically buy a step into the culture. I could also see some really interesting integration between like Xbox and Netflix, to be honest. So
Yeah, I mean,
my gears are
one of the
turning
things-
now.
right. One of the things Netflix was trying was gaming, right? Like really lame games.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. So I do see that as a fairly natural tie-in, but yeah, I don't know. I cannot imagine or speculate for them. I think they have to bring us the news and then we think about it.
I kind of don't trust Netflix with its own business sometimes. Like I do think so much of this is so much of this company has been a fluke, and they've gotten a lot of money, a lot of VC investing. But do you guys remember like when Ted Sarandos and somebody else from Netflix were just like shot a video behind like the building? It was like, hey, we're splitting up the business into the mail DVD business and the streaming business. We're gonna call it Quickster. Quickster was the thing, and everyone was like, "What are you? Why are you doing this? Just stop!" And they just kind of backed off from that idea. So yeah, I don't know if I can trust Netflix on its own either. We will see what happens. We'll be keeping a close eye on all of this stuff, folks. Let's go to the next thing. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's the Musk thing, right?
It's the Musk thing. We also don't have to spend long on it. Just going to mention it because it's a thing a lot of people are paying attention to.
Do it.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to some other news, the ongoing battle between Elon Musk and Twitter is still going, and it's looking worse and worse for Elon Musk because his lawyer was arguing that hey, these folks are trying to like push us into a trial, you know, by this year. We want to wait until next year. No. A judge has granted Twitter an expedited trial. So the lawsuit, Twitter's lawsuit against Elon Musk, which is about him basically backing out of the $44 billion acquisition deal, that is going to be happening in October. And I'm sure everybody is going to be paying attention. The less I think and speak about Elon Musk, I feel the happier I am. But do you have any broader thoughts about this, Sherlon? Like Sherlon, like do you think it is Sherlon?
Oh my God, no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
do you have any broader thoughts about this Sherlon Musk?
God, Lord. First of all, I did receive a very strange DM saying that I look like Elon Musk's sister. So thanks a lot.
You should just close your DMs. Why are your DMs?
They are closed. This is the one on like Instagram where they like block it for you. They hide it away, but
you still see it. Like, it's annoying.
I go look for it because I'm a sadist. Like I'm a sadistic person. Anyway, no, I think that's. Yeah, I think that like whatever justice we can bring to Elon Musk would be great. I do think that I've seen a lot of commentary around Elon Musk's like, I don't know, he went swimming somewhere or something. I saw a lot of people like body shaming the guy. I'm just like, all right, well,
I don't know.
I agree. I get it when y'all don't like a person and their actions and their behavior, but I don't know. I just feel like making personal attacks about a person's appearance is just never cool. So
Yep.
that's my main takeaway.
I will say straight up, that's not cool. But also, I'm not inspiring much sympathy for Elon Musk. So whatever. Don't do it, folks. Don't body shame
I don't
anybody.
feel sympathy. I just am like, yeah, let's you make a stronger argument if you're not attacking someone for their physique. That's all.
Absolutely. There were I saw a lot of dumb memes around that. I'm not even talking about that stuff. I'm just saying, like,
I know.
Hey, this guy is clearly was trying to troll everybody with this deal. We've talked about it already, and I do want to see like some justice given here, but also, as we mentioned before, like Twitter like fully fell into this. They knew what they were doing. Like you knew who you were dealing with. So Twitter's board and executives, like everybody who kind of okayed this deal. Like
there's just like no skepticism anywhere. It felt like, it's funny.
I think they were just like, they saw that number. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Our life's work. Let's just sell it to this crazy troll. So anyway, we'll be keeping an eye on this story. Sherlyn, you had some news about Samsung's next Galaxy Unpacked, your favorite month of the year, August, when Samsung dumps a lot of news.
When you say favorite month of the year, you mean the part of the year where my entire life just become a mess of like launch events and phones.
It's also the time of the year I try to leave, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have to even think about this stuff. Yeah.
Every year for the last few years now, August kicks off basically fall gadget season, and we're starting with Galaxy Unpacked. Samsung's officially announced it. It'll be happening August 10th at 9 a.m. Eastern because they want to kill me because 9 a.m. Eastern. Are you kidding? So anyway, it's going to be virtual only, and we will be streaming it here on the Engadget YouTube channel as well, and it will be myself and most likely senior editor Sam Rutherford will be co-hosting with me. We will just be, pre-gaming together with y'all at 8.
How are you pre-gaming? Like, what are you drinking?
Probably copious amounts of coffee, just like my body weight worth in coffee. And then after, Samsung is done, we will have a post show to answer questions about what they've announced and very potentially could have surprises for everyone. So I would just say, mark your calendars, come join us. It'll be
look under your seats. You may have gifts, everybody watching and listening.
Yeah, free air for everybody.
Free air.
Speaking of devices, Samsung's expected. So what do you think Samsung's gonna unveil, Devendra? If you had to guess.
I don't know. Too many damn phones. It has been a while since we've gotten some more major foldable news from them. So I do feel like if Samsung wants to steal, August is a good time to steal some publicity thunder away from Apple because everyone's like waiting. What is the next iPhone stuff going to be? More foldables, I think. Samsung just puts its fingers everywhere. So more foldables.
Exactly. The rumor, and I think this is pretty a very educated guess, is more this is the 4th generation of the foldables. So we're likely to see the Z Fold 4, the Z Flip 4. We're also expecting to see a pair of smartwatches, the Galaxy Watch 5 and maybe a 5 Pro model is the rumor. And then Buds 2 Pro, Galaxy Buds 2 Pro is that other thing that we're kind of expecting to see. So a lot of hardware seems to be coming.
Yeah. Has Samsung announced a foldable tablet yet? Because I know we saw one from Asus and that was going to be coming. Yeah, and Lenovo. Right. Yeah.
Well, so Samsung, if you think about the Z Fold 4,
sure.
kind of like a phone and a tablet.
Yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating. I'm bigger. I'm thinking
you want a bigger screen. They haven't announced anything like that.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I think Samsung is the only good premium Android tablet maker. They've been doing it forever, pretty much almost a decade now. I do remember seeing the Galaxy Tab S2 or whichever one they started throwing OLED in, and it was it looked better than the iPad at the time. So they have a lot of room to do some interesting stuff with tablets, less phones, more interesting pocket devices too. If they, I could see Samsung looking at the Surface Neo that we talked about from Microsoft and just being like, I could just make that with a foldable, not even the hinge, but just do a foldable screen, get a little magnetic keyboard for a pocket PC type of thing. That could be interesting. I want to see something cool and interesting from Samsung, and hopefully not just more phones. So that's what I'm excited for. Yeah.
Reminder that earlier this year, Samsung's big tablet move was to introduce the Tab S8 Ultra, which was a 14-inch tablet with very high-end specs and the first what 14-inch Android tablet to have a 120 hertz refresh rate. So that's what it was doing at the time. I think it knows its strength lies in display, so it's going there. But I do think it probably is just kind of watching and waiting to see how people take to devices like the Asus foldable gaming tablet, and Lenovo just is struggling. But I think Lenovo's issue is more on Windows being not a good OS for foldables or even touchscreen devices.
Not great for touchscreens. Yeah.
So we'll see.
If I were Samsung, and I'm sure like they probably saw your coverage of the Surface Neo and everything, Shirley, and like,
sure,
we have foldable screens. We can make this happen. We saw the Surface Neo like 3 years ago at this point. So if Samsung wanted, if Samsung, that's probably never coming. But if Samsung wanted to like deliver a competitive product or steal some thunder from Microsoft, now would probably be the time to do it. So let's play some bets, folks. Let's see what Samsung produces. And you know what? Chat us at an email. Send us an email at podcast@engadget.com. I'd love to know your theories too. And we could talk about these ahead of the show too. Let's move on to some other news. And something we missed last week that I just want to shout out is the Uber files. Do you remember seeing this story, Sherlyn? I think it was like it was Sunday. It was like July 10th.
It was the weekend. I remember seeing the headlines. I was just too burned out to read anything. So what happened?
It's just Uber being bad, but the Guardian dropped something called the Uber files, which a leaker, a high level executive, I don't have their name right now, but that person shared 124,000 internal company documents that showed just like the extent to which Uber went to grow across the world, and a lot of it involved flouting local laws, doing crazy tricks, doing things when they weren't allowed to in certain countries, and just like being very bold about it. There were also things like, I believe when Paris taxi drivers were protesting and people were worried about the safety of their drivers, there were messages about the CEO being like, violence could be good for us. It could make people more sympathetic towards Uber. So there's a lot of like gross stuff here. That's basically an instance where they were weaponizing drivers. I also think a lot of we didn't know this stuff specifically, but we also know like Uber was not a great company when it blew up. Like they did a lot of rough things. There were stories about them basically sabotaging some competitors too, like ordering lifts and not taking them, like just to get them off the road in a certain sense. So there's a lot of like weird stuff. The God's eye view Uber had at times. Do you like at this point? We are living in a world where you have to take cabs often, I'm sure, Sherlyn. Like, do you use Uber? Do you prefer Lyft? Do you have like other methods that you use rather than these companies?
I think I do use Uber. I do have Lyft installed. Do I use Uber more often than Lyft? Yeah. I have become a little locked in, right? Because in part, I have like all my the payment information that I usually use for my expensed rides is all in there. It's easier. It's easier to expense my rides if they're Uber rides because our system just ties up with it. The rides are often cheaper. The rides are often cheaper on Uber compared to Lyft. I don't know. It's a lot of things, right? I used to. So back in the day when it was starting to come out that Uber was a very scummy company, I was trying to switch over to Lyft, but it just was so infuriating because back then, and this was at least 6 years ago, the Lyft app was just awful. It was very bad, and Uber,
the maps were worse, the directions were worse on Lyft, like a whole bunch of things. I do remember reporting, like I'm old enough to remember a world before Uber, and I was reporting on Uber and Lyft when the startup the rise of this generation of startups happened. It was like 2010ish, like when I really started doing tech reporting, and Uber was so cool. It like, especially if you lived in New York or a major city, it's like you hit a button, the car comes right to you. No like staring down the road and hoping you see a cab with the light on, or calling a car service and hoping they actually come to you and you have no way of like tracking them or something. So I think it was life-changing for a lot of people, but the tactics of these companies just really grossed me out seeing it at the time. I will say I try not to use Uber at all, just because of like all the reporting I've done and have seen about this company. I try to go for Lyft, but Lyft has its own issues too. There's a large group of women who are suing Lyft about basically not doing much to protect them against sexual assault during rides too. So it's kind of rough with all these companies, but I want to shout it out because hey, this is a big deal. Maybe something will actually happen for Uber, because the Uber files show like they had high level friends. Basically, I believe Macron was like a big help to them before he started leading France. Like, and other people in other countries like helped Uber get around certain restrictions, helped give them a push in those countries. There's a lot of like just bad behavior Uber did to grow. So I think it's worth talking about. I also feel like this is going to be a thing where everyone's going to be like, oh man, that's so bad. And next week there's going to be some other news and we're all going to forget about. So I don't know. I have little faith in us actually following this news, but there's something here. Let's move on to some other news too. What do we got? You have some Snapdragon smartwatch? Yeah.
I mean, let's move straight on to gadget hardware news. Qualcomm has announced a pair of new chips for Wear OS devices. These are the Snapdragon W5 and W5 Plus Gen 1 chips. And we all know how well the Snapdragon Wear 4100 did. That's the thing about that, and I'm trying to explain my tone a little bit here, right? I'm so burned from past experiences with Qualcomm and
everything Qualcomm says. You can't trust them. Yeah.
Where they're just kind of like, oh, this thing's gonna be great. And like it's not necessarily their fault that their promises don't come true, because they have to work with OEMs, they have to work with like software people to make to fulfill these promises that they're saying, they're making, because they can promise all the speed bumps or increases that they want, all the features that they will be able to support that they want, but if it's never implemented well by the OS or the equipment maker, then it's never going to happen. So anyway, I say that just to couch kind of what I'm saying with a little bit of a grain of salt, but also like, if you can tell that I'm a little like just tired of it already as I'm talking about this, it's because
I'm tired of Android smartwatches in general. So
I know. Well, there's still some hope yet. We never know. Anyway, so the W5 Plus, the Snapdragon W5 Plus, which by the way, they're moving away from that Wear branding and the naming anyway. So it's jumped from a 12 nanometer SoC design to a 4 nanometer design. So
they were using 12 nanometers on a smartwatch chip. I know.
I know.
What?
Don't even. Yeah. So yeah, I know. So 4 nanometer, and which means it will have a lot of better like power efficiency benefits and all that stuff. So smartwatches with it might last a lot longer than 1 or 2 days. Yeah. There's also going to be twice the performance with 50% greater battery life in typical use, is what Qualcomm is saying. And apparently you can support like 3D like interfaces on your watch,
whatever
and stuff like. No, this is exactly what I've been waiting for on watches, right?
It's funny, like whenever I go through a Qualcomm presentation or something, I do kind of turn into the Mentat from Dune. It's just like my eyes glaze over and go white. It's like I know
mine a little bit too.
New features, fast charging, more efficient, okay, sure. Show me when it's a shipping product, please. Like on phones, we heard about Qualcomm like rapid charging for years, and it took a long time before anybody like actually took advantage of that. So yeah, okay, this sounds cool. More smartwatches, more better Android smartwatches.
According to Qualcomm, there are, Oppo and Mobvoi are both making watches with these new chips, and then there are 25 more designs on the way at least. So good for them, I guess. More Android Wear watches are coming, more Wear OS watches are coming, and they'll be using the Snapdragon Gen 5. Or the W5 Gen 1 chip, so we'll see.
I do wonder, one thing I have noticed, like I started wearing my Apple Watch more after I recovered from COVID, just to be like, have my vitals changed at all? Like, has anything changed? And I did notice that my resting heart rate was a little higher than it used to be. Maybe I'm just like tired whenever I'm doing it, or a little more like anxious. I do wonder, like, as we are dealing with the effects of like long COVID and other things, hey, monkeypox is a thing that's happening all over the place. I think as more and more people are interested in like actual health tracking and seeing, how am I doing? Am I okay? Should I be on alert? Like, I do wonder if smartwatches, especially really good ones with good health sensors, could help us in that respect. Like, if a smartwatch can detect like your skin temperature changing dramatically, is like, hey, by the way, take a COVID test. I'm feeling something weird here.
Right.
That they have the capability. I'd love to see companies that kind of do more stuff like this. So we'll keep an eye out. Let's move on to some other stuff. Alienware announced their refreshed M17, the 17-inch R5 gaming laptop. I believe it is the first laptop I've seen with a 480 hertz display. That's
I think
pretty
so.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a it's gonna have better cooling. I mean, it looks like an Alienware 17-inch laptop. I don't usually test these because these are so huge and they're for like very specific gamers. I also wonder, I know a lot of like super fast gamers are waiting for the days when we hit like 700 hertz or something, the point where refresh rates just basically match up with how we see the world, like real
Your
life.
eyes. Yeah.
I guess this is one step towards getting there. Personally, I cannot tell a difference between 120 hertz and 240 hertz. And like as we keep going up and up, it's just like diminishing returns. But some people live by 360 hertz screens. This is a good thing. This is a good step up. I think more interesting news is Dell announced the new G16 gaming laptop. And G is their like budget line. And I really like this line because it's cheap. It usually packs in a lot of power. It's great for students. This thing it's a 60-inch gaming laptop. It's going to have 12th gen Intel CPUs, RTX graphics, of course, and it's going to start at $1,400 for a 16-inch gaming laptop. That's pretty good. The specs aren't going to be the best at that price range, but hey, good start. Let me see. You have RTX 3050 Ti, 3060, and 3070 options. I love recommending these when I do the laptop guide for students and for school. I love recommending the Dell G series because it is cheap. It's very, very utilitarian. It's not like the most attractive thing around, but boy, if you need power and you're on a limited budget, like these are good computers to go for. So yeah, cool to see the G16 coming. Sherlyn, you also want to talk about new maps from Instagram?
Instagram continues to stuff more features into its already bloated app that refuses to make but they refuse to make a version for tablets. But anyway, they've launched this week a map some new map features. It now supports the Instagram map now supports searches and filters, so you can actually use it to like find businesses around you or other hotspots within the app, as opposed to seeing just where the photos were posted. So like, for example, if you search now in Instagram, you can do like a map search, right? You can see like where this photo was taken, or like all the pictures that were tagged at the Singapore Marina Bay Sands hotel with that spaceship looking thing, all of the photos that were taken there. Instead of doing that, you can now like just look up businesses around a place, which AKA Yelp meets Google Maps, right? Like it's just
or like Foursquare.
You want to take over.
To be honest, like Foursquare was a thing, and I do remember
that.
Yeah, it was a thing. I still occasionally like pop in there. I still check in on Swarm, just for the old days, like for the thrill of being in a place that's not my home. I still occasionally do a Swarm check-in. But when I was traveling, like I guess like after Foursquare launched and everything, like it was a great way to be like, my first time in Barcelona was like 2012. It was far more useful for finding like, hey, this place is good. This tapas place is good. Avoid this bar. It was more useful than Yelp. It was more useful than other services that
than Maps,
than Maps. So, hey, I guess
I guess
10 years after all those apps and Foursquare, Yelp, Instagram has it. Great.
I will say that this is like very fitting for the generation and times that we're in, right? Because why? A lot of people, when they travel or when they're looking for like restaurants, they're looking for the most Instagram friendly experience, right? And so like where else to find the most Instagrammable locations than Instagram itself, I feel. So it kind of makes sense. This move is not like a complete
should have been there. It should have been there years ago. It should have been there like straight up 10 years ago. So okay, sure, fine, great, good job, Instagram. There needs to be we need to do a piece or just like a rant about like what a disaster Instagram has become. Like as soon as I launch it, suggested posts, ads, suggested posts. You can quiet the suggested posts for a month, but why are you making it so hard for me to do anything? And then
sometimes my chronological posts disappear. I also like read reports, Reddit or whatever, about a bug where people have to keep rewatching their friends' stories to see their new stories and stuff like that. It's like ridiculous.
Is this I see people pointing out this looks like a Snap Map ripoff. Is it?
It's nothing. It's no. I mean, it's not a lot like the Snap Map. To be fair, I didn't use the Snap Map for a lot other than stalking my crushes way back when. But the snap map was more for like heat maps, right? Like where were people's Bitmojis on the globe or on the map? And yeah, it doesn't surface your restaurant recommendations. That's like
Right.
completely
It was never
not
actually
something
useful
Snap-
for anything, much like
No,
Snapchat.
only
So,
for stalking. Yeah, well.
only for stalking. I see Ben, our producer, saying Instagram is forcing reels on us really hard. True. I have never seen a good suggested reel. It's either girl in a bikini or somebody like doing something, really wild. There's no usefulness there compared to I open up TikTok, right? And within 10 seconds, I flip to a short video of something cool or interesting. Man, they're just like so rushing to catch up. Yeah. Any other thoughts? I mean, Instagram feels like they want you to buy stuff. It feels like they want you to watch all the ads. The pictures of my friends feel so deprioritized. I don't even know why I open it sometimes.
Yeah, Instagram kind of sucks. I forgot to mention this though when we were talking about Galaxy Unpacked. Coming up also is OnePlus's next phone launch. The company announced this week that it will be unveiling the OnePlus 10T on August 3rd. So we have a lot to look forward to. I'm telling you, August, man, it's gonna be phone season, phone summer. Expect all your phones to melt.
You know where I'm gonna be in August?
At home. Bitch.
Not here. I'm taking the second half of my paternity leave in August, and it's usually I want to take it before iPhone season, before fall season. So it's like you're on your own, Trillin. Good luck with all of this.
I will have fun. I will have like a rotating cast of guest stars and friends. It'll be great. It'll be like
it'll be great.
Fun reunion. It'll be
It's
good.
always easy to get guests in August when everyone's on vacation.
We're all dying. Man.
We're all dying. Yeah. Let's move on to what we're working on. I just quickly. I finally got the Dell XPS 13 Plus. This is the like revamped, modernized XPS 13 with the like blended in trackpad and the capacitive function keys and the like modern design. It's cool. I'm working on my review. It is I don't think it's as like a complete home run as the MacBook Air M2 was, which I adore that computer. Like I do love it. I don't throw perfect into a headline or do perfect willy-nilly. I think that computer is very good. Whereas this one, I have thoughts. I have questions. I think this trackpad, the fact that you cannot even feel like you can't look down, you can't feel the boundaries, you can't see it. You have to like just tap until you get it. I am misclicking right clicks and left clicks all over the place. And to me, that's annoying. And that is not a great user experience.
Okay.
So if you're doing that to me just because you want a nice, clean design, I don't know if I fully buy that. So yeah, keep an eye out for my review. That's going to be dropping next week. I also don't know how Dell can excuse not having a headphone jack on this thing when the MacBook Air M2 is even thinner and has a headphone jack. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts here. What are you working on, Trillin?
I'm wondering if you're gonna say perfecter than perfect in one of your headlines soon, but
I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it anymore. It's done. And honestly, the MacBook Air M2, I cannot until we get more perfect from Apple. I don't know like how else I can use that word. Yeah,
right. Well, phone season is on us, so there will be plenty happening there. Again, a lot of it I can't talk about, but I'm also it might look like I'm doing less stuff I guess on my bylines, but I am doing more editing behind the scenes, so that's good. And the story that I've been working on for a bit, I might finally get it up this week. I feel like maybe coming. So we'll see. But around Engadget, our team has been doing some really interesting stuff too. We've got Steve Dent with a story on why Nikon and Canon have given up on DSLRs. Dev, what do you think?
Sure. Has Nikon confirmed this? I believe like there was reporting. I think TechCrunch reported it, and then Nikon kind of refuted it. But anyway, Steve makes a good case for why these companies just aren't doing traditional DSLRs. Everybody's mirrorless right now, and I could see why. Like within 5 feet of me, I have my full frame Sony A7C, and that is a full frame camera that fits in my pocket. It's just wild. Just wild. It is as thin as their mirrorless stuff. So if we can do full frame mirrorless, you don't need straight up DSLRs anymore. Like you don't need those big honking things.
I know.
Makes more sense for these companies to focus on the mirrorless actual cinema cameras. That's actually a big thing too. Like cameras for shooting professional video, because hey, if you're an aspiring YouTuber, you'll start with a mirrorless or something, but eventually you're going to get like a nice, beautiful studio camera type of deal. It makes more sense for them to like focus on the future rather than old school DSLRs. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss the sound and that like clunk though of the mirrors.
It's a good sound. It's a good sound.
I love it. I mean, yeah,
it's a good sound. I would personally try to just get old film cameras instead, which also have good sounds, and those things are all over the place. I see people selling old film stock, like, hey, here's 50 rolls of like Canon film, for $100
There's a whole
or something.
resurgence.
Yeah. So to me, the tactility of that, like if I'm gonna go digital, give me mirrorless, give me my phone, give me even point and shoots are still around. They're still a thing, not as much as they used to be, but still a thing. But give me, if I want tactility, like give me an old school film camera. I don't know. Yeah. What else is going on around Engadget?
We last week, sometime around the podcast going live, launched the back to school gift guide. We've got lots of coverage on the things that you can buy someone going back to school, or for yourself if you're headed back to campus. The best laptops, the best like dorm needs, all of that stuff. It's been a team effort spearheaded by our senior commerce editor Valentina Palladino. So yeah, go check it out. Shopping's always fun, even if in the midst of inflation.
And we all contribute to those guides. There's some good suggestions there. I do like refreshing my my recommendations every year too, because we are allowed to like bring in all the new things we learned. Hey, here's the new hardware to look for. Look at which companies are doing it better. Check out those guides, super useful. I also get a lot of pings about what should I buy for school. Look at this guide, folks. Like this is what we're trying to help you with, please. And okay, let's move on to our picks, our pop culture picks for the week. What do you got, Sherlyn?
Fine. I mean, I was happy to see this. It was a surprise to me. I saw this on my HBO Max and Hulu. The Bob's Burgers movie.
Yeah.
It was a fun time, as always, with Bob's Burgers. I mean, it's like a 90-minute-ish film featuring our favorite screwballs. They're, the art is nice. I don't even know
the
what
animation
is
so good. It looks so good.
Very nice.
Because
randomly
they got a budget.
They finally got a budget. Everything looks pristine, like not pristine because it is Bob's Burgers, but it looks like it's like just a new level. There's a sheen to everything. It looks like almost realistic, but not realistic. The writing is top notch as always. The voice acting is amazing. I just love. I mean,
good songs, good catchy songs.
Great. There's actual songs. Yeah, they're very like, and like they deadpan the songs too. Like that's one of my favorite things. There's a song with like is it Tina? The one with the ears. I forget. Crap. I'm so bad with their names. The little one. She like whenever she sings, it's like
Tina. Yeah, that's the other one. That's the other one.
Tina is the boyfriend.
Louise.
Thank you, Louise. So Tina's my favorite. That's why. Like I identify so hard with Tina. It's really weird.
Tina's really cool. I like this. Yeah. You know what? I was worried because it felt like it was gonna be a Simpsons movie thing where that movie came out when the show was far past its prime, and honestly, Bob's Burgers, the actual episodes, have been not as good as early Bob's Burgers. I'm gonna have to pull that like animation nerd thing, but I'm glad the movie kind of has like the vibe and the humor and like the sensibilities. I'm also happy to see like Lauren Bouchard. I've been watching his shows forever. Home Movies, Dr. Katz, he was working on. All of his shows are like brilliant and don't go anywhere, or get canceled. So I'm glad to see he is sort of like the spearheading the true successor to The Simpsons. I'm glad it's not freaking Family Guy. Like this is his true successor to The Simpsons. Yeah.
I enjoy the jokes. I enjoy like Bob's Burgers a lot. Like you said, I think the recent episodes I just haven't been paying attention. But I will say that like oh crap, I forgot what I wanted to say. There's something I wanted to say.
Just sing it. Just sing it.
Just take it. I would love to sing it. Are you letting me sing on our podcast?
I mean, I had pitched the idea that we should try to do a news session with
we really
musical
need
at some
to.
point.
Okay, y'all. If you like the idea of us doing a musical podcast,
I can't
news
sing.
segment.
Well, I'm gonna sing. I'd be like
Chris
H. Benjamin as Bob, where he just like it's just his voice, and it's still like very, very deep H. Benjamin voice.
Rapping is just talking with rhythm. Anyway, what I wanted to say was I've also just started to watch The Bear. It's like a last minute.
So good.
So
yes,
it's a very like anxiety inducing show for me. So but because Valentina, our again senior commerce editor, really wanted me to watch it so we could squee together. I started watching it, and yeah, I hear a lot about it. It's great.
Have you seen episode 7 yet? Which is like
not yet, but she told me. She gave me a heads
up. The one where it's
She
like you just gotta have to strap in because it's like it's 20 minutes.
Is that the one with the veal broth or something?
No, that's early. Don't worry.
They've that's where I am.
The Bear is good. The Bear is good, and also I think for the like heightened state of like just anxiety we're all living in right now, somehow the show just like hits right because of that too. So anyway,
that's right. Yeah.
Check out The Bear. Check out The Bear. I got a couple of things. I have been playing Stray, the adorable like future cyberpunk cat game that we've seen watching trailers of this forever. It's developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive. It is good. The cat game is good. I love it. It's really short from what I hear. I have so little time to play games. I was able to put like half an hour to an hour into this. You're just walking around as a cat. You have a button to meow. Press circle to meow. I love it. I love all of it. And I play it with my speakers on. My 2 young cats who are now like a year old will like come and just be like, where it sounds like there's a whole cat party in here. What's going on? So they sit here and stare at my speakers and my monitor. It's a good game. It's basically like it's kind of a puzzle and interactive game. It's not really an action game, but you play as a cat. And the cat is adorable, and more games should let you play as the cats, please. Also my thing, I want to shout out Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, the movie. Another like small screen thing turned into a big screen thing. Another thing I would also recommend to you, Sherlyn. I don't know if you've seen the Marcel the Shell.
It looks so weird.
He's a little shell, and he's voiced by Jenny Slate. He talks like this. He's like, it's a shell, and I talk like this. And it will kill you with its cuteness. Jenny Slate and Dean Fleischer Camp made these YouTube videos like a decade ago, right? And they got really popular. You can watch the original ones on YouTube right now, and it's just very sweet. It is technically it's like a kids movie for like 8 to 10 years old, but it's also so sweet and insightful because Marcel is this poor lonely shell who's lost his entire family and has to live through the world and has like a whole philosophy and thoughts about the world, and it's just like super deep, super observant. And I think like the message of this movie is very, very sweet, how we can all kind of survive together. I saw this at a theater here in Georgia. Like I had to drive a little far for it because it's only in some theaters, but I saw this dad go in, and it was like he looked like he could be an extra on like a some sort of like tough guy gangster show. Like he's a big guy with like wife beater and tattoos and everything everywhere, and he had like 3 kids with him. And I saw him go up to the ticket counter and be like, 4 for Marcel the Shell, please. And he sat, and they ended up sitting right next to me. And by the end of this movie, when everybody was crying, because this movie will make you cry, I look over and his kids are just like curled up. This dude is just like, he is tearing up. He's trying to hold it in. I'm like, that is the power of Marcel the Shell. He will make you cry, and I believe in him. I love him. I think you will enjoy it too, Sherlyn. So I'd recommend it to everybody. It's going to be on VOD soon, probably. Yeah.
Okay. I have one question. Why is this thing flesh colored? Like, why does it look like
shell? He's a shell. He has shoes. He has one eye. Shoes. Why do you have questions?
Yeah, it's one eye, green lids for some reason. Very flesh tone shell that looks like it's made of some kind of soft.
It looks like a shell. Also, this is entirely or mostly motion capture, or not motion capture. It's a stop motion animation. So it looks like it has that herky jerky feel, but there's also like they do some really cool stuff in terms of getting the stop motion to work with live action people. It must have been really interesting to produce this movie too. So I can't wait to see some behind the scenes stuff. So shout out to that. And also RIP James Caan, the like tremendous actor. I just rewatched Thief. I did an episode of the Filmcast, our like After Dark. This is one of the greatest movies ever made. James Caan is one of the greatest tough guy actors to ever play the part. If you've never seen Thief, you should watch Thief because it's a freaking perfect movie. So watch Thief. You can find it all over the place. You can rent it on Vudu. You can watch it for free on Pluto and a bunch of things. But yeah, check out my full review of that over at the Filmcast. And yeah, that's it for me. Anything else you want to mention? Anything on your mind, Sherlyn?
No, just send us your thoughts, podcast@engadget.com. I really want to.
I think you can wrap us, in general. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. All right, that's it for our episode this week, everyone. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Our theme music is by game composer Dale North. Our outro music is by our very own Terrence O'Brien. This podcast is produced by Ben Elman. You can find Devindra online at
Devindra on Twitter. Also, you can find me on the latest episode of This Week in Tech. I guest hosted that for Leo Laporte, so check it out. It's at twit.tv. We had a great panel with Patrick Norton, Brianna Wu, and Norm Chan. So check it out. It was a lot of fun. Hope to do it again, and I love the Twit folks. So yeah, you can find me there, and I also do a movie and TV podcast, The Filmcast, at thefilmcast.com. Where can we find you, Sherlon Musk?
Good Lord, no thank you. If you want to send me pictures of seashells that are definitely not flesh-colored or fleshy-looking, I am at Sherlingo on Twitter. Email us your thoughts at podcast@engadget.com. Leave us a review, please, on iTunes so Devindra will shut up. And subscribe on anything that gets podcasts.
One time I ate a piece of cheese and my cholesterol went up to 900. That is an actual line from the actual Marcel the Show.
I love Marcel. I love him. He's so observant. Thank you, Marcel.
Time for Q&A.
Q&A. We're going to be recording an extra segment, folks. So again, check out the audio version of the show because you'll have a whole other segment that you're not going to hear here.
I am looking. We had so many questions or comments that are very good. I've scrolled all the way back up, so now I got to scroll all the way back down. People talking about HBO Max, Hulu, the things that they actually watch. I get HBO Max as part of the employee plan of like internet stuff that I have to subscribe to, right? So
same. I've gotten a bunch. I get Disney via my AT&T service, I think, too. So you know, it is tough. It is tough to have so many services, and personally, I turn some off. Like Showtime is if I'm gonna watch Yellow Jackets, I turn on for Showtime, you know, and then turn it off immediately.
There was a good comment, and I forget by whom, about the fact that a lot of people just got like free subscriptions with like big packages like that, and then part of the number of subscribers lost could be because they just never renewed or something. So there's that.
Could be.
That actual Sazit said they canceled their account, not enough new content.
Somebody let me see. Buckley wants a full episode with Marcel the Shell voice. I'm sorry, that will kill us. That will kill us. You could do it all in post, Ben. You could just do a Marcel filter. Yeah.
There's also
I think exists.
People were excited for a musical episode. Great. Dude named Charlie said, "Is anyone watching Fringe on HBO Max? It's a much better show." Excuse me, but your girl here has only talked about Fringe.
The number one Fringe stan, the only Fringe stan. One of my first Comic-Con experiences was Fringe lady. What's her name? The actor.
Sarah. Oh crap.
The lead of Fringe. You're a Fringe fan. What are you doing? Anyway, the guy who was kind of her boyfriend slash partner. Anna Torv, and the guy who's her boyfriend slash partner slash villain in like the first few episodes, I think. I saw them like hanging out together at Comic-Con. They got an SUV together and just like drove off. So like, oh, that's the magic of Comic-Con, which is going on right now, by the way. You just see these like nerdy celebrities out in the wild. Saw the Torchwood guy in an elevator. That was fun.
John Barrowman? Yeah, you talked about
I saw John Barrowman. I saw John Barrowman. I was waiting for an elevator and it opens up. I see John Barrowman like straight off of his flight. He just looked like,
you told me this,
he looked around. He's like, wrong floor.
Yeah.
And he hit the button. I was like, I told him it'll be worth it. Everyone's gonna love you, and that made him happy. So yeah.
Aw, that's nice.
Comic-Con. Let's do Comic-Con. Let's do a show from Comic-Con.
I'm gonna go
when it's safe
this year's NYCC. Yeah. Also, Sudarmi.
Big question. That's a huge win.
When it's safe.
So Dami Shruggin, I just want to shout out because I always enjoy getting to speak Malayu whenever I can, Bahasa when I can. So he says, they said apa itu, which is what's this? And I just want to say, saya tak tahu. That's it. Then there are a lot of ideas for the names of what a Microsoft-owned Netflix would be called, and I am ignoring all of them.
Microflix? No, you don't change the name. You don't change the name.
Zune Marketplace, Groove.
Zuneflix.
No.
Bring it back.
Zune Video Marketplace.
What's the name of the crappy? I didn't write this up because it's not really relevant to us, but they launched a social network within Teams, within Viva. It's just like Viva garbage. I'm like, ugh.
Oh my god.
I didn't write it up because Engadget people don't care.
No.
But, yeah.
No. We also mentioned about photables that they're not prepared for how awful the crease gets over time, and that you hope that the newer photables might mitigate this. I don't know. I feel like we just kind of have to embrace the crease after a while. I'm not sure.
That's not an answer. Embrace this like big.
The crease. If you've used a foldable for an extended period of time, I think I've just gotten used to it. It's kind of like a notch.
It's kind of like a notch.
Yeah.
To me,
if you're okay with the notch, why wouldn't you be okay with the crease? On the other hand, let's remember how sensual Sherlin got about the
I do remember that.
I still like it.
You just
like a nipple.
Like that thing. My thing is I don't want to. I'm done like doing a thing to open up my phone, like to start using my phone. I want to hit a button. I want to hit either thumbprint or face print and just go. So that is the main thing keeping me from like going the foldable life. D-Man asks, when's the next Surface event? If you didn't have a laptop, probably fall.
Yeah, exactly. It would probably be in October, just FYI. Mark says that he emailed a Elon Musk picture to the podcast. Oh Lord.
I will see if I can send this to Julio so we can get this in time.
Oh no, I think it's on Twitter.
Oh no, I have it. I'm sending it to our.
How do you have it? I didn't see it anywhere. Oh, I see it now.
Check your Slack.
Oh my god.
What did you do, Mark Dell?
Oh my god. What is that?
That's Elon Musk.
That is a sound of pure disgust.
Do it.
You're kind of show it. Go for it. I mean, let us know, Mark, if you don't want us to show it. Oh my god!
Oh god! Wait, that's surprisingly good. I hate it.
I know this person. Yes.
How does it look kind of like me?
What was your
like
magic, Marcel? How did you make this work? Did you just steal?
Ew!
Yeah.
Julio, take that lower third away. That is not me. Oh.
It's also like Sherlin as Amanda Seyfried kind of playing you a little bit. Like, it's weird.
That's the crazy thing about it. It looks really plausible. It actually looks like one of those things from like this person does not exist or something.
That's what it is. That person does not exist.
Like
I'm proud of you. This looks like a Chinese actress that I think I'm trying to like find the name of in my head, and I'm just like, no, but this is what I would look like if I had a baby with Elon Musk, I guess. Ew. But also, if I were half white, I don't know. It's very weird.
We don't know what any of Elon's grown kids look like, do we?
That's fine. We don't have to.
Yeah, and we don't have to. Like, we should give them their privacy.
It is deeply messed up.
It seems like the thing about tired of him.
Yeah, his dad having kids with kind of the daughter he raised.
Oh man, he did a full. I heard about that, but like that was confirmed. He did a full Woody Allen. Wow.
Yeah, that's very weird. Yeah, so much weird. Let's anyway.
All right.
AXBX goes. Speaking of Elon Musk, anyone watched Elon Ma, which I have not, but great. I know it sounds very similar, and I will have nightmares tonight. I am gonna skip any comment about Elon Musk from now on because it's just.
I need to take this image and like just send you a stack of printed photos.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, wow. Markdell, thank you, but also I hate you for that. I know you hate yourself already, but holy shit, man. Okay. Yeah, people are talking about laptops. talking about Instagram, talking about Sony mirrorless cameras. I see all of you.
Says in their trademark, referring to themselves in the third person, can D-Man admit that he wants a MacBook? Seriously? The M series processors did it, although they'd wait for the next gen to support more displays and Wi-Fi 6E. So it's amazing how much these new laptops are like converting the maybe previously unconvertible. I'm saying as more as a user and less as a reviewer, I'm quite happy with mine. My like renders, my like audio cleanup renders don't take several minutes anymore. Then again, I was
your computer was a
2012 MacBook Pro to something designed for the year 2022.
Something for this decade.
Fault, I understand.
Oh man. I have heard from a lot of Windows people that they're looking at this. Sorry, I missed the early part of the question. Was the question wait for the new Pro chips? Like, should they go and buy now or wait?
Well, no, it was just saying
They just wanted to admit
they'd
wanting
wait
the MacBook.
and they'd also wait to see for support on more displays and Wi-Fi 6E.
I don't think you need to wait on that stuff. Like it's really faster for Wi-Fi. This has more, I believe M2 has more multi-display support in general than M1 did, so you're good. You could go with this. It's a great computer.
Dev, I meant to ask you this. What platforms can you play Stray on?
It is on PlayStation 5 and PC right now, I believe.
Okay.
I think it might be PS4
I'm not sure.
too.
It may be PS4 because it's not like a very high impact game. But yeah.
Gonzalo Costa says, wish this game was on Xbox, and Armando Fernandez said, does anybody else meow while pressing the button too?
My cats do. When I meow in the game, my cats are like they try to join. Yeah, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 as well. You know what? Yeah, it would be nice if this was on Xbox. Annapurna stuff. Yeah, Microsoft has done a good job with a lot of games through Game Pass, but man, their exclusives are not really going anywhere.
I think that's pretty much it. Everyone else was just vibing. It was great. Love it.
Vibe. All right, we're gonna record our final bit. Stay tuned for the audio show. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you subscribe. But that'll drop tonight.
I also shout out to our closed title captioner. Always such a hard job, and you do it so well.
Thank you.
Thank you for accurately capturing Sherlin's disgust at that weird Photoshop.
I'm making sure everybody on staff knows.
No,
it's to know Elon Musk too.
Mark. Mark.
I would love Mark. Tell us what
back.
was your Photoshop magic for that? Did you just combine, or is there must be like an AI thing at this point?
App or something.
Can we remember that Mark actually works with AI?
Right.
Yep.
Mark tapped a supercomputer for to get this going. All right. We will do an episode on like the AI imagery stuff at some point.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of people working in VFX who want to talk about this, so that's another good potential topic.
Have Mark on. We have let's see.
All right. Later, folks. Let's roll credits.
Credits, video credits. So yeah, thank you for watching. Video comes to you via our video team, which is Julio Barrientos and Luke Brooks. If you stuck around this long, just rate the show on iTunes. You know that we live in a world of algorithms more than the average person, so just give us some love there. Tell some friends about us, and it's important, especially important, that for this episode, go listen to the audio version of the podcast. There is an extra bit that you're going to be able to hear. So that should be out in the evening on Thursday. It's 7:21 right now, so it should be out pretty soon. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
Thanks for joining us. See y'all.